Today, in the age of AI, is the absolute best time to be learning new things. Yes, I hear everyone saying you don't need to learn to program, you don't need to learn to write copy because AI is going to do everything for you. So let me tell you, that's completely backwards. And the people that will have the biggest advantage in the years to come is the people that learn the most. So let me tell you why, and let me tell you how you can do it way faster nowadays with AI. So first of all, why do I think this is the case? Well, this is the case because AI can do things, that's right, but there's an ability to relate multiple concepts from multiple domains, and that's called lateral thinking. And for someone to develop lateral thinking and for someone to be able to take concepts from very distinct domains or fields and put them together and come up with something new, well, that's still something that AI is really not good at doing. And to be honest, if you think about how LLMs work, they're copying patterns of how the language works. So we are far, far away from AI being able to generalize those things. That's what real intelligence looks like. And LLMs are not real intelligence. And I have plenty of videos in my channel explaining why I think this is the case. So you as a person, even if you use AI, you want to be able to steer AI in the direction that you want. And so you want to think of yourself as the CEO of a company, as a manager, as a leader, right? And when you bring AI into the picture, yes, you want to steer AI. And yes, AI might be good at certain things, much better than you could become. Obviously, AI is good at a lot of things. You'll never be able to be as good at many things. However, just like when you're hiring someone, the better you are at the skill that you're trying to hire for, the better you're going to be able to hire and the better you're going to be able to manage, right? So let's say you are a software engineer, and if you're watching this channel, chances are you might be one. So you're good at software engineering, that's your craft. And so maybe you're good at one programming language, you can learn another one and draw parallels between the two. And now you can steer AI and you can tell AI exactly how you want it. But let's take it one step further. You are a software engineer, which means that's your domain. But let's say you're building a SaaS, you're building a mobile app, and you want to market that, right? Now, you can't just go to an AI and tell it, market my app. That's going to do a terrible job. You know that, right? But if you are a little bit good at marketing, now you're able to do very good the thing that you are able to do very good, and you're able to steer AI in that marketing domain. Maybe it's writing copy, maybe it's creating landing pages, right? And then maybe you need to be good at sales, and you can steer AI in that direction as well. When you start bringing in all these domains, you're able to ask AI for those things. And your ability grows from being really good at a very narrow domain to still being very good at that domain, but have a lot of surface level domain of a lot of other things that you can bring in and dive deeper whenever you need. So that's why I think it's still valuable. And if you ask ChatGPT for a solution, it might not give you the full picture. You want to still retain ownership of that big picture. So this is the first reason I think you should do it. But the second reason, and it ties very much into how you should do it, is in the past, think about how you learn anything that you learn. Again, I'm going to use the idea of software engineering, but it can be anything, right? You either read books or have teachers, professors, mentors, YouTube tutorials, whatever the case may be, right? And then they tell you what to do, and then you go practice things, and then you go ask for feedback, and you receive that feedback. Now, with AI, you are able to learn things 10 times faster because you can use something like ChatGPT to be your mentor. And I know there's a lot of research out there that suggests that the speed of learning is very much related to the speed of feedback. So now, and to give you an example, right now I'm learning iOS development, right? Which is a field that, obviously I'm a programmer, I'm a software engineer, but I don't know iOS, but I can have ChatGPT and get that feedback immediately. I remember when I tried to learn software development in the past, you learn the documentation, you try something, it doesn't work, you go on to Stack Overflow, spend hours trying to find the solution, etc. I've paid for mentors in the past. You can skip a lot of those things and learn things very, very fast. And if I wanted to learn, for example, marketing on copy, that's what I would do. I would go to ChatGPT and tell me the biggest ideas that I should be paying attention to, dive deeper, and have that feedback. So how you should learn it is very much related to why you should learn it, and is something that it would take you years and potentially a lot of money to learn in the past, now you can learn a lot faster. So if you want to be a more well-rounded person even, you can go into domains that interest you and get literally the best world-class education that you could get a few years ago, pretty much for free on ChatGPT if you apply yourself. I think that's going to be the biggest differentiator in a few years, because we're going to go from people being very specialized to people being very specialized, but for some people to have so much knowledge that is like having a lot of expertise that was very hard to acquire before. And I'll give you the final reason, which is as AI gets better at doing things, you want to have as much knowledge in the field that AI gets better at as you can, so that you can steer it and put things together. So now I'm building iPhone apps, for example. So I want to know iOS development, but I'm also using image and brand to market those apps. So I'm learning from both fields.